friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully I'm just having a lovely day. I can't say I've been watching, but I've been seeing the reviews. Checked it out for a couple of seconds just because I've seen the reviews on the Twitter sphere about the NHL Gaming World Championships and what's really been the downfall of the Gaming World Championships. Seen a lot of upset people about how embarrassing it is to watch them play a finals tournament, the finals of the biggest should be tournament, esports tournament of the year for the NHL franchise in what is pretty much or is a convenience store for a merchandise store for the NHL gear. And, them playing on a picnic table. Maybe, I don't know, it might just be one of them foldable tables from Walmart. We don't know. There's just a coffee. There's, why can't I think what this thing's called? I think this thing's called okay, I don't know. Put a lot of work. Tablecloth. I knew I'd get it. But anyway, why this is the scene now and why it looks bad. And I'm just, honestly, there's a lot of reasons. And I wouldn't say, it is kind of EA's responsibility and their embarrassment at the same time. But, you can't be upset for what they do have, because they have what they have because of the state of the games, and they have what they have because of who's watching it. You can't expect, I clicked on it, those 2,300 viewers for the finals, the GWC finals, 2,300 viewers. That's all you got? You're not going to get, and I think this is what happened. You've seen companies, you've seen sponsors, you've seen people invested because the esports was blowing up. It was around, the pandemic and everything, that it was a blowing up scene, and people were pouring in the money investing. EA invested. They had the big stage, they had all the fancy, they had commentary, they had everything going on, and it was neat. The presentation was great, but at the end of the day, all that costs money. It cost a lot of money. I would imagine, and this is why it looks like it now, is those sponsors lost money, EA lost money. There was no win in that situation because there just wasn't enough viewers, and that was peak esports. That was peak, viewership. And the reason, personally, and this is something to kind of mention here, 2,300 viewers. I do not want to go out and guarantee, because I don't quite remember now, but if anybody plays League Gaming, I want to say they was matching that many viewers in their finals esports, events. It wasn't esports though. It was just a regular, their 6v6 World NHL, playoffs, Cup finals and stuff. And I think this says a lot. That says a lot about where the 1v1 scene is. And I just think there's a few things that EA needs to do, could do for sure, easy things they could do for sure, if they want to get more people's interest. Number one, you gotta quit with the March date. You're pushing to win the game's out, pretty much dead. A lot of people don't want to play it anymore. You got Team of the Season coming up, that's it. But from really that February to March, it's kind of a lull where people wait for Team of the Season, and that's it. And they're playing 6v6, and a lot of people that play 6v6 don't. There's some obviously, but a lot just don't enjoy Hockey Ultimate Team, so they don't play Hockey Ultimate Team. They don't play online, versus that 1v1 bunch of computer action just isn't entertaining to watch. And honestly, I think it always will be the answer is you move the esports scene to 6v6, where you got 6-on-6, where it's more realistic hockey and not a bunch of puck ragging nonsense. But anyway, going back to moving the date up, at least when you move the date up from March to say mid-January, I think mid-January is great because you got all these people that just got the game from Christmas. You have people who are still into the game for the most part because it's only been out a couple months. So you get January. So more people that are in the game, the more people that are going to watch the esports, more people that want to compete into it. Because honestly, I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even know. Well, I did. I guess I remember seeing it the one time, but I was like, I had something about it. I didn't take it seriously, I guess. I don't know why. I just looked at it and thought, is it actually esports season? So there's that. Then I think the other thing is just, it's not exciting to watch. It's just not. Personal opinion. So I've never watched it. I've enjoyed watching the 6v6 scene. I think there's some fun, there's some entertainment in that. And, part of that is I think, something important for EA to recognize when they're doing stuff like this is 6v6 has 12 users. 1v1 has 2 users. 6v6, 12 users, better chance that, you might see some luck, some Cinderella story, but also just the fact that when there's 12 users involved, that means all 12 of those users, friends, family, whatever, is watching. Compared to 2 users, friends, family, maybe they draw in 30 people. each. That's 60. But instead of drawing in 30 people each, they're drawing in, 12, did I just math that right? Yeah. So instead of that, you're drawing in the 360 people. And then not only that is you're getting more people involved. They're getting deeper into the playoffs. So those people stay engaged longer because it's just not a 1v1 thing. It's a more coherent friend thing. It's a team thing. You might know more people and you might be into it more. Just the more people involved are going to get to more eyes watching said tournament. The other thing too is just, again, I just don't think it's fun. Like I said, I just don't think it's fun to watch. I think watching somebody spin around in circles and puck rag, there's nothing hockey about it. And at the end of the day, you are playing a game that is, well, hockey. And you gotta, what people love about hockey is not spinning circles and doing nothing. If they did that in real life, they wouldn't watch either. Just spinning circles, puck ragging, bouncing off of hits, no, like contact doesn't matter, like defense doesn't matter. I mean, people are just waiting to force it one time. I mean, people would watch that either. That's just pure facts. So I think EA's got, when it comes to the gameplay, they have to figure out a way to, ignore the best of the best, I guess, but also, I don't know, it's really tough. I can't explain it because you got to listen to the people that are really good at the game because they see where the flaws are. But at the same time, if they're the ones that get upset every time you do something that minimizes their ability to puck rag or hold the puck on the backhand and bounce off hits and turn their back to people and bounce off hits, just like when you could spin around a Cinderella story and skate backwards in the zone series, it's like some stuff has to be ignored, or you kind of have to force people to play more realistic style of hockey. If you have to force them to dump and chase it more, you might have to force them to dump and chase it more. I know that sounds like but that's hockey. That's what hockey is, getting into those actual battles, getting into the more physical, making it a more physical sport, getting into some puck movement going on. The more puck movement, the more physicality. I mean, I think that would make things more interesting. So I do think that would go somewhere. I think another thing you could do if you're EA is like forget about the wall a little bit. Forget about the wall a little bit because it blows my mind to see where NHL is compared to where baseball is. Which baseball is not soccer, it's not football. It's it's an amazing game, but man, there's like 10 channels with 500 plus viewers on Twitch this opening weekend. I don't remember ever seeing anywhere close to that with NHL. So I mean, MLB is running away. I mean, there was a point in time where MLB was on one console and it just wasn't that popular just because it was on one console. And it's like they're flying past the NHL. And I think one of the things that they do that is really smart is they do the Twitch drops. They say, log into this, get this drops. At the very least, from a sponsorship standpoint, it's doing numbers. It's making it look better, where it's like, oh, there's 6,000 people watching this. Even if they are just here for the drops, there's 6,000 people watching this, 8,000 people watching it. Allow the drops, allow people to get free packs for watching for, 30 minutes, for an hour and a half. It costs you nothing. People weren't going to buy those packs anyway. It's not going to, you can just give them a base pack, give them a 10K pack. We've all opened them before. We ain't getting nothing out of it, but it'll get people to turn the stream on, leave the stream on. Not only turn the stream on, leave it on, but it'll get them to say, oh, what's going on Twitch? Let's click on it, and they might watch it as well. Like some people, like myself, oftentimes I just turn it on for the Twitch drops. But at the same time, I'm kind of looking at the background every once in a while, seeing what's happening, and that's one way to get eyes on it, to at least give it a chance. I think a lot of people, again, I could say it's like, I know how the top players play, and to me, it's not interesting. But at the same time, I can understand how I might be closed-minded to that. Or maybe if I turned it on and gave it, 10, 20 minutes, I'd be like, oh, this ain't as bad as I thought. Or maybe it gets to the final game, and you just frequently look back and forth to get to the final game and say, oh, okay, final game. Let's see what's happening. And at that point, that you might start watching, compared to if you never even have it on in the first place, you never know what the final game is. So, stuff like that I think can go a long way. But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, you're not. To me, I understand why you're not going to get the presentation that looked that great if the money's not in it. If it's not there, it's not worth it. I mean, it is obviously, yeah, it's a bad look. It's like, oh, this is the best they can do, but it's the best they can do because of what's happened in the past. And then at the end of the day, though, if you're EA, you do have to take responsibility for where the state of your game is, for where the eyes are, where the viewership is. You have to kind of look and rewind and say, well, hey, what can we do? And I think, again, we remember this was at one time, best franchise voted, whatever, best sports game of the year award winner. It was an amazing game, and there's areas and situations where things can be done, can be fixed to kind of improve it. Hopefully, because again, I'd love to see the esports scene blow up. I'd love to see it blow up in 6v6, and I'd love to see, less of a puck ragging style of game. I think that would help a lot. But there are, minor things I think you can do to get them tracking in the right direction as well. We'll see. Love the y'all's thoughts. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.